Okay, Nat, where are we now? Can you speak into the microphone? Because we've now moved away from Onang. Where are we now?
หาดนพรัตน์ธารา
Okay, so there you go. I'm not even going to try and pronounce that because some of the Thai words are just impossible to pronounce. So we're literally a few minutes from Onang Beach, which is just... Let me just pull it round. So Onang Beach is just round the other side of that cove there. And this is another separate beach that we've got as well. If you stay here in Onang, you actually got two beaches, which is just great because, as you can see, this beach very, very similar to Onang, very, very pretty. You've got the same sort of scenery again, looking out across the sea. A lovely long straight beach. And I believe there is a national park at the end, isn't there, Nat? Right at the end here it goes into a national park, yeah. So, and this is another area that you have hotels, shops, restaurants along. In fact, the last time I was here was 3-4 years ago. We actually came on my big bike at the time and we ate some seafood at one of the restaurants just down the road here. A lot has changed since then. I can see there's a new cafe over there that's been built, a lot of new buildings. Okay, Nat, let's go for a little bit of a wander around here. We're going to walk a little ways down here along the beach first, and then we're going to make our way back towards the car, and then after that we shall go down into Krabi town. We're still actually trying to find somewhere to have some breakfast. There are a few coffee shops open, but unfortunately there's nothing with outside seating, and of course we've got Shadow with us and they're not very keen on having a dog in there, which I understand, is no problem, but it's stopping us from having a coffee and something to eat at the minute. So I am trying to keep my eye open for somewhere that we can have some food because I'm hungry. We're only here for, well, this morning really. We're in Krabi for this morning. We're going to look at Onang, obviously where we are now, and then we're going to move into Krabi town, and then just after lunch we're going to move down into Tarang, which is Nat's hometown. Of course Tarang has its own beach now, and there's been some work done there apparently, and it's really nice, so we want to go and have a look at that. We want to have a look around the Tarang area as well as the city as well, because I haven't really had chance to explore Tarang that much. I have been in it briefly, but I haven't had a good look around it. Of course it's Nat's home, so she knows it a lot better, so we're going to have a look around. She's looking at me as shocked because of course she's been living in Phuket for 15 years. Oh, more than 20 years. Okay, apologies. Okay, so she's been living in Phuket a long time, so she's probably thinking to herself, well, a lot's changed in 20 years, and I'm sure it has. So it's going to be a surprise to Nat as well, all the different buildings, I suppose, that have changed, and the shops and everything will all be different. So we're going to explore Tarang and take a look, see what we can find. Hopefully we can fit it in. We're going to do some tomorrow as well, but tomorrow we're going to be picking up Nat's mom and we're going to take her to Nakhon Si Thammarat. Is that right, Nat? And we're going to have a look around there as well. So we've got a busy few days, so I'm going to try and squash in as much as I can. Restaurants across the road there, or a restaurant, and there's been a lot. I mean, this was all just, when I last came, this wasn't here, was it, Nat? All this was just land. This has all been built up in the last 4 years. What? You can go on the beach if she wants to have a run. Let her have a run on the beach. Now, mind you, we've got to be careful because the problem with Shadow is she likes to go for a swim, and that wouldn't be ideal today because of the car. So, open salon here. Yeah, if you want. Why not? The trouble with the salon, we did both want to actually live here in Krabi originally, but the problem with this area for Nat, business-wise, is it's quite densely populated with Muslims, and they don't have the chemical treatments on their hair, so it's not so good business-wise because of that type of business, because of the locals tend to be more Muslim than Buddhists, and of course their religion stops them from having too much chemical treatments on their hair, so it wouldn't be ideal for a salon here. So that's why we decided against it. And of course it is getting more expensive to live here now in Krabi. It used to be very, very cheap, a lot cheaper than Phuket, but now it's not that much different. In fact, some parts of Krabi are actually dearer than Phuket, believe it or not, because there's been a lot of modernisation, there's a lot of building going on. As I mentioned earlier, coming into Krabi down the main road, or Onang should I say, rather than Krabi, because we're in Onang at the moment, I didn't even recognise the road because it's changed that much in the time that we haven't been here. There's a lot of development, a lot of housing estates now springing up, and some of these are very, very expensive properties as well, because Krabi is an absolutely beautiful area. I really love it, even more than Phuket. It really is beautiful, but of course commercialisation is creeping in. Just be careful, because there's two dogs here now. I shouldn't go any further because you don't know how they're going to act. We'll cross over and we'll go over the road. We'll walk down the other side and we'll go back. I don't want to make this section of the video too overly long. Go on, give that a push up, because there's no steps here and there's a bit of a wall. Okay, so the one dog coming to have a nose. I've just noticed a KFC, quick silver shop, KFC here. Lots of stuff that wasn't here before when we last came. But just look at that view. Oh. Yeah, Shadow tired there. You're very tired. A lot of walking for her today. I guess on the plus side, she will sleep well. You want to open a business, do you, Nat? Little nail shop there. Pharmacy. A few little units. Yeah, not very big. I bet they're quite expensive though, huh? Yeah, I think so also. I think they're expensive for what they are, especially being right opposite the beach. Nice little restaurant there. Oh, careful. Oh, two. Hey. Gotta be careful of dogs, especially over here. Yeah. Good girl. Luckily, Shadow doesn't react with other dogs. She's very good around other dogs. Well, that's one thing I will say about her. She doesn't bother with other dogs at all. What have we got here? Skate park. Wow, okay, so behind there, I would imagine there's a skate park. Another dog. Too many dogs around here, Nat. Cross over the road. And they have a dedicated area now for the night market as well. Again, another dog after that dog. Oh my god, too many. That's the only thing here in Thailand. There's a lot of soy dogs, street dogs about. Some of them are no bother, and then there's always a few that can be a little bit nasty, so you just have to be careful. Of course, Shadow's out of her home environment and she's in other areas, and some dogs can be very territorial, so that's must be, I can see the skate park, and that area down there must be where the night market is now here in Krabi. They've moved that since I was last here. Again, try and get and have a look at that. I don't know whether we'll have the time this trip. I want to come and spend a little bit of time here in Krabi because I really like it, and do some proper filming. This is only going to be a very quick overview of the Krabi area because we've only got a certain amount of time, so I'm not going to be able to fit it all in, because Krabi is actually quite a large area and there's quite a lot to do. I was just looking at one of the temples that's on the hill. It's 1,297 steps, I believe, up to it, but it looks absolutely amazing. That's something I'd like to do. There's the emerald pools here as well. Again, I was hoping that we could do that, but we've got shadow, they won't allow us in with the dog. And then there's also waterfalls, but Nat has already checked. The waterfalls are not currently open, but the emerald pools are. So there's quite a lot to do in the Krabi area. If you're coming over here, there's going to be plenty to do. Of course, you've got all the trips as well on top of that. But you can see it's absolutely beautiful. Really is a beautiful area. I think more, dare I say, more beautiful than Phuket. Some parts of Krabi are just absolutely stunning. Another large restaurant there. And cafe. Okay. The Sealay village. I'm guessing that opens up in the afternoon time. Large hotel. Whew. Getting very warm now. Very warm. Okay, well I think I'm going to leave it there for this area of Krabi and Onang. We're going to journey into Krabi town shortly, and then I shall do a section on Krabi town. We're going to have a wander around and see what's changed, because I'm guessing a lot has changed just going on the Onang area itself, so I'm sure the Krabi town's also changed a lot. So I will come back to you shortly once we arrive in Krabi town.